Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to Dr. Pluring's Computer Laboratorium, part 2 of building this here relay box. I have, in the meantime, since we were last here, I have glued the power supply down. It's not, the glue has not, what you call it, hardened yet, or hardened, it's not quite cured quite yet. So I'm a bit afraid that it also won't really sit very well in there. That reminds me, I should have brought a drill up, because I figure if I drill small holes in the side of it, like so, then I could use cable ties around the thing. But there you go. The eye's unplugged. Of course it is. So I wonder if this still works with all the glue on it. You never know. Hopefully. Most of the glue, due to the forces of gravity, flowed down and has now pooled here as sort of a bit of an elephant's foot, but not quite that dangerous, although it smells quite a lot of chemicals here with this glue. It's not fast setting glue. It's not this super glue, really. No. But it should cure to something that hopefully holds on. And I also scrubbed the surfaces a bit before doing that. So hopefully that should be all good. Next step here, I don't quite know. I mean, we have a lot of things to prepare regarding what's going to come out of this. These things, cables. I have all sorts of, I mean, these sorts of computer supply, power supply cables. You always get one of these, at least one, when you buy a computer. If you buy a server with redundant power supplies, you usually get two. And this type, you only have use for if you have a power distribution unit in your server rack that has outlets like so that you plug in. And you plug this end into the power supply of the server. Sometimes you have that, sometimes you don't. But you get these or you get the other ones. But the thing is that these haven't changed since forever. So and they don't really go bad. So you end up with a lot of them. And this has been the case at every place I've been. Every place I worked. Every person who has a slight interest in stuff like this have an enormous amount of these power cables lying around. So I found quite a few, which I intend to repurpose, like these and and this one. These were the ones that had this on the other end, and then I also have here two more, which have a regular plug on the end. And I have a bunch more. I have endless supply, more or less, of these. But this will come out in... there will be two pairs coming out to the NAS and to the hard drive box thing. Yes. And then there will be one single one. So how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be for the drive box. And I have this one that is a little bit longer, I think, and then one that is a lot longer. But this one, I don't think I'm going to use. I will have four switched outlets in total. But I will have, let's see here, 4, 5, 6 power supply cables coming out of it, right? And for the fourth one, I think I'm going to go with this one. That just has a regular one of these on the end, so you can plug in, so you can be a bit more flexible. I was intending for using that with a printer, but since the printer is as it is, that you have to go to it and feed it one paper at a time. It doesn't really matter that you also have to power it on when you do that. That's not something negative. So this one I will have as an extra. I can do something with. These we should maybe prepare whilst the glue is curing. You can cure over there maybe. So we should have them paired up. See if we have, like these grey ones are obviously a nice pairing, since they are the same color. So they should make sense to use as one outlet. And see here how if they are the same length or not. I'll try to be a bit more in shot this time, maybe too, since I think that see how far does this camera actually reach? It reaches about there. Right. Should we do wait a minute here? This is things that you usually prepare before you hit record on the thing. So about inside there is where I need to be in shot of that camera. Even a little bit further in, actually. Yeah, you have to see the tape. They use a lot of this in professional settings, on stages and everything, where people are supposed to stand when they're performing. There you go, very professional. As long as I keep in front of that, you should see what I'm doing, more or less. There you go away. Right, we can prepare this. How was the length of them? How was the length? It's still the same day actually as part 1. It's just a little bit later in the evening. What is it? There is 2300 hours. They are more or less exactly the same length. Very good. I had dinner. I've eaten a bit of my own homegrown Brussels sprouts. I had with pork chops, or rather pork chops with Brussels sprouts. They were really good, my Brussels sprouts. First time I tried them. A nice hardy plant. It's a bit it's charming, I think, with a plant that or a vegetable, whatever you want to call it, that actually gets better after it has had a few frost events and a bit of snow on them. Because before that they were quite bitter, but now they are delicious actually. If you happen to like Brussels sprouts, which I happen to do, and especially these are homegrown. I could have. It would be convenient if I could strip this with this tool rather than having to do something using the knife and everything. But yeah, I got a fair ways on it. See where I put the knife. I sort of half clean this. I mean, in less than 12 hours, I'm supposed to be sitting here working. Actually, I mean, what's you call it? Yeah, working as an employee for someone. So I can't have it like this. If I'm supposed to do that, so I need to clean this place up before I do that. I'd really like to finish this, but I can't be up to like midnight doing this, because then I will be tired tomorrow. There, that's one. Only 5 to go. Put that over there for now. See if we can make this a little bit better, maybe. I think that we should be quite generous on the amount that we take off. You can go quite hard there to get a good cut, and then see what you get. Yeah. Now you're talking, except that the neutral has just a tiny amount of copper showing. I don't know that I care at this point. If it would have been the live one, yeah, sure, then let's see. That's not really okay. That isn't really okay. Fucking hell. Screw it. I might have use for these, come to think of it, so I'll save those. And maybe this isn't the tool for the job then. Now they won't be the same length coming out of the thing. Does it matter? It really doesn't. It doesn't matter for the function. It will work just fine as is, with slightly different lengths. It's just a little bit less tidy. I think I'll have to go with a knife and slowly but surely make my way through here. Now the previous cable that I was struggling with in part 1, that was some sort of rubbery thing. This is more like PVC, I think. Vinyl, something or other. Behaves differently. But there you go. Yeah, I made it through without damaging anything. Here as well, maybe. So you see, I was thinking a bit during the intermission here about this format that I'm using for these here videos. And usually when you see when people do things like this, projects like this on YouTube, the video is like 10 minutes long, and you see them soldering, you see them designing it, you see them doing everything, and you think, wow, that looks really easy. I can do that. I'm sure you can, but I'm here to show you that it is very time consuming, actually. I'm doing it, in real time, more or less. And I've been doing stuff like this since I was about 3 years old. Maybe not quite at this level, but still mucking about with electrical wiring, cables, and taking things apart, trying to put them back together again, and so on. So I have a bit of experience, I'd say, with this. So just so these videos are here to show you that it isn't really that easy or quick. I mean, it's not difficult. Maybe this is difficult, designing the schematic for the thing if you have no idea what you're doing, but that you can usually get from someone. For example, from my video here. And then you could follow along just like my cooking videos. You're supposed to be following along in real time with those, because they're made that way. They're made the time, the length of the video is the time it takes to make the dish. That's how it is. I'm not going to fool anyone and then say that you can throw these ingredients together here in 10 minutes and then be at the table eating it. No, it doesn't work like that. It takes 2 hours. That's how it is. There you go. Another one. There, and see here, this one I already cut off, apparently, but it is a bit too. I need to take off a bit more insulation from it, though. Right. Slightly different material here. This one behaves differently, or maybe just a different age on it. Might be younger, might be older, but also probably a little bit of a different mix of the various plasticizers and whatever it is they put in this nasty plastic thing. That's something. If you feel that you're sleeping too well at night, you can go research a bit of what they actually put in plastics, what plastics actually are, and how they're made, and the chemicals that are required or used in the process. You can almost not even get that information as proprietary stuff, and it's quite difficult to get a definite answer of what they actually put in this stuff. Now this stuff is everywhere. A cable like this, that's not too bad. But a car, for example, a new car, where the whole goddamn interior is made up of various plastics, and they leach out and evaporate away many of these here plasticizers and all this nasty stuff. And that's the new car smell. That's actually the toxic fumes from the plastic interior that is evaporating away, and you're breathing it in as you sit there in your new car, feeling good about it. There you go. How many of these did I now do that only had the male version of this on the other end? I now have 1, 2. This is a mess. I have 4 of those, right? Yes, 4 of those. Good. That will be for NAS and hard drive shelf. And we can take this one for the Excel machine. Also, whilst I was away here, I've adopted the microcontroller into. I've installed ESP Home on it. I've adopted it into my Home Assistant instance and set it up like so with this GPIO, or these pins rather, and so on. So they have configured switches and so on. It's only waiting to be hooked up to an actual. This one I should have maybe cut out here because this thing like this could be useful. But whatever, it won't be. I'll just put it away somewhere, and then 10-15 years from now I'll wonder why did you put this here in storage? Why didn't you just throw it away whenever it was and whatever it was you were up to at the time and doing? I don't know. Will be the answer there. There we go. Yeah, these were a lot easier than the big one. There you go. That's another one, and then we only have one left, which is this one. See, I can get up quite a decent speed here when I'm fed, and I'm not fed up. I'm still fed up with the same things that was in part 1. Though those things have not changed a whole lot. Vehicle fucking inspections. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's a good. I don't know really. I'm a bit. Even relatively civilized countries such as Australia, I don't think that they have any vehicle inspection at all. And in the United States, differs from state to state. But some states just have an emissions control that you have to go in. And when you go in there, it doesn't matter if your car doesn't have any brakes or anything. They just check the exhaust, that's completely silly. Just stop that. But here, I mean, it's a major headache for me, and I feel terrible about it each and every time I have to go in there, and there's always something wrong with my vehicle, and it's fucking expensive to get your car, or caravan in this case. 1,000 kronor, fucking hell, that's 90 euros or something. And I just tell you that your brakes are bad. Your brakes are bad, not okay. You have 2 months to fix it, and if you don't come back here within 2 months for us to look at it again, then you will need to pay the full price for a full re-inspection of the whole thing, and so on. And the re-inspection said I fixed my brakes now here on the caravan, which I'm in the process of doing, or someone is in the process of doing. I'm sick of doing it myself, since I put a lot of work into servicing the brakes and everything, and then they weren't right anyway, so that put me down quite a bit. If you go back, then you have it's like 500 for them to re-inspect the brakes, and this inspection that I did today, 1,000 I had to pay, and it took them like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. The one guy sat in the car and put his foot on the brake, and a guy stood behind and yelled, "Yeah, brake lights are fine, left blinker fine, right blinker fine, marker lights fine, great. Drive it up onto the braking rig." Yeah, and it starts rolling, the braking rig. A dude comes out and pulls on the thing that's supposed to brake the caravan, and says that no, you have too much, you don't have enough reserve here in the thing, so that's a fail, and you'll have to come back. And also the brake on the right side is pulsating. But they were arguing a bit. One of them said that, not to me but to his colleague, that well, this is I mean, it still slows the caravan down. It's not dangerous, so it should not be something that he has to come back for. While the other one said, it's still a reinspection for the reserve thing. So you might as well make this a reinspection point as well, and that's fucking bullshit. It's a bit arbitrary, is what it is. You know, if I drive my regular car in for an inspection, they take out like the biggest fucking sledgehammers and what you call it, kofotar, things that you bend with, and bend the wheels of the car all sorts of ways. And if you do that, then it's definitely a little one of those ball joints. You're going to find a little play in those if you do that. Yeah, but some cars, they just drive in and they jiggle the wheel a bit and say that, it's fine, no play. And if they jiggle the wheel and it's a lot of play, then they have to fix it. But yeah, it's a bit arbitrary. I can't help feel that it is. So I'm not a fan. Put it that way. Fucking assholes. And the thing that bugs me the most is the reinspection thing, because that's usually you fix whatever it is they said was broken, and that's expensive usually, and a lot of hassle, and then you drive it in for a reinspection, and that's 500 or something, and the inspection first was 700, and the reinspection, that takes them 2 minutes, sometimes not even that. They just look under, by we see it's a new ball joint. Great, you're okay for another year. Well, fuck you fucking piece of shit. 500 for that? That's a rip-off, is what that is. I should maybe get off this topic now, because it's making me very, very upset. Let's see here. This maybe slightly out of frame. There, let's see if we can make it in frame of this camera. There you go. This, now I'm not really comfortable hitting this with a hammer when the glue is supposed to cure and everything, but I don't see that I have a whole lot of choice in the matter, so here we go. Yeah, something fell down. There, the clamp for the glue thing came off. I still can't help but feel that this is not the way you're supposed to do it. Well, the clamp came off, but the power supply is still staying in place. That's, I suppose, is a good thing, but I would like to have the clamp on for a while longer. Really should not be agitating it so much as I'm currently doing before the glue has set as well as it's going to, but it is what it is. I could have something solid here if I had. I don't have anything solid enough to put here to get this up a little bit. We can take this, the manual for the caravan. There you go. I'll have that like so, and just maybe I get a bit. Yeah. Apparently I have to hit it quite hard. Someone might be watching who actually knows how this is supposed to be, and I hope that you're enjoying this and having a laugh. It's on me. It's completely. You can have your laugh, I don't mind. I need to get this open. And this seems to be the option at hand. I could take all of them out of the same hole here. I'm not going to bother with a grommet. as I did for the inlet, because this is never ever going outdoors. This I don't think. No, there's no equipment outdoors that takes those power connectors that I'm putting on here for computers and such. And I could probably fit most of them through one hole. Probably, quite probably. There you go. Should you see if it's possible to fit all of them through there? Take this here. There's a lot of these now. Yeah, there's 6 of them that are supposed to go in here. I'm sorry for ranting here about the vehicle inspection, but I really hate them. I really do hate them. I mean, they cause me severe mental pain and suffering. They really do. I think I'm going to let someone else take my vehicles to the place, because it's not going to make a difference if I'm there or not. And then I'll just get the result back of it. One time it actually happened that the guy was nice to me. There was a minor thing that was broken on one of my cars. A minor thing. I had checked the car before going in, and either I didn't notice or it broke on the way to the inspection place. And he said, whatever, I'll not make a note of it. You fix it, right? Yeah, I will. And I fixed it. I even fixed on both sides, even though only one of them was broken. So that I really appreciated. And another time, actually at the same inspection shop, they said that your handbrake or parking brake is not good enough. And I got a little bit upset. Because the parking brake, I mean, come on, seriously, do I really need to come back and pay almost the same price again for you to pull on the parking brake? And he said that, yeah, well, if you fix it today and come back before we close, the re-inspection is free. So yeah, but that guy isn't working there anymore, unfortunately. I mean, that's how they are supposed to be. They're supposed to help you. But this, I paid $1,000 to inspect this thing, and all they check are the wheel bearings, the brakes, and the thing here, and the lights. And I mean, for that price, you should get a fucking detailed description of what the problem is. Not just you might need to change out the brake drums, or it might just be bad brake pads or something. Yeah, but for $1,000, if I left it with a workshop, they would do a diagnostic for $1,000 and tell me these are your problems. This is what we need to do to fix it. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. Sorry, I'm swearing a little bit too much right now, but they will fit through there, which is great, isn't it? Yes, it is kind of great. I need to secure them so that you can't pull on them. But we'll take that later. For now, let's see here. I really should have. I should have sort of labeled these or something. Maybe. But these two are the same color. They will be something. So we can maybe bundle them together here or something. A little bit. There you go. Main shot here, sort of. Whew, calm down now. No one wants to hear about you ranting about the fucking inspection people. No, I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry about that. I was here to tell you about that. This is the reality of doing stuff like this yourself. It takes time. It takes hours and hours and hours. The components are really cheap, and most of this is repurposed stuff. This was about €4. This microcontroller, what was that? €3 maybe. This board, I don't know, it was so long ago that I bought it. A few euros that too, so that's about it. €7-8 for this, it's not too bad. One feature that this will be missing that I really want to have is on the incoming here. I would like to have the possibility to measure the power or the amperage going through. That would be really sweet to be able to do. But it's difficult to measure power or amperage. You need either a shunt, which is slightly cumbersome and annoying, but a slightly cumbersome thing to implement, and possibly expensive too. Crap, I need to turn this around, I think, to be able to work on this properly. Or if I can get my soldering vise to be about here, I could probably do it too. Right, yeah, I can. Great. That's not the one you want to hook up to. You want to hook up to all the other ones. Earth, ground, whatever you prefer. So yeah, I just wanted to show you the reality of it. And I'm an amateur. I'm not getting paid for doing stuff like that, but yeah, sometimes I do work similar to this in the professional setting where I get paid for it, but it's not really my job. This is more or less that someone has to do it, and yeah, Dr. Pluding, he seems to be pretty good at this. Actually, or at least he seems to know somewhat what he's doing when it comes to this stuff. And sometimes that's all it takes, because no one else has a single fucking clue of what they're doing for whatever it may be. So then you end up doing stuff that you might not be the most efficient at, but whatever. Maybe I should get off this tangent now and try and finish this. I'm working on it. I'm just rambling about a bit whilst working on it. And you get to follow along with my ramblings. Check the video, the channel description. Various incoherent, long rambling videos with an annoying voice and obnoxiously loud sound mix. The sound mix is really loud, but now that I'm doing this stuff, I don't have any music in the background or anything like that, which I had for my gaming videos usually. But still, it's very loud. But I also that's a good thing in my opinion. I went through this on the first part here. It's very annoying with content creators that do not understand the concept of dynamics and have very quiet parts mixed in with extremely fucking loud parts. And you see what I did there? I talked very softly and then I almost yelled, and it came out that it's more or less the same volume on your end. And yeah, but I'm a bit, when it comes to that stuff, when it comes to music has suffered terribly from this loudness war, as it's called, where everyone wants to be louder than the other one. If I want to listen to music loud, I have a control on my stereo system. It's called a volume control, and I can turn that to the right, and the music gets louder. When you have produced it in such a way that it's loud, I can't turn it up because it's just overwhelming. So in music, I prefer a bit of dynamics, but then the dynamic range, even for like really dynamic music, it's not that great. It's not the difference between a whisper and an explosion like you sometimes get in YouTube videos and so on. I think that YouTube should maybe do a bit more on the audio processing side of things for people that really don't know what they're doing, and help them a bit on that. But as the content creator, you should also be able to opt out or opt into this feature. But maybe you should be opted in. I mean, you could analyze analyze the content by machinery, I believe, and make a somewhat decent decision of is this reasonable dynamic range for this video. Is it possible to hear what the person is saying without blowing up your speakers when something else happens in the video? No. Okay, well then we apply a quite harsh compressor limiter on this, and problem is solved. Everyone can hear what the person is saying, and they don't get their ears or equipment ruined neither, which is sounds good, like, right? I think no one understands this. Some people do, but seems that a lot of people don't. And most people watch on mobile devices and whatever, it then doesn't really matter that much, because your mobile device will have a very aggressive compressor in it to make the sound coming out of it sound something at all. Basically, yes. Whatever. Should I get off this? I'm in a bad mood. Yes, I've explained why. I'm sorry. Trying to get this done. Should maybe if I try to be in a happier mood, would that help, you think? Would that bring in more viewers to my here poor channel, which is, by the way, coming up on a 4-year anniversary pretty soon? I mean, I think it's like a couple of, maybe a week or two away since I posted the first video. And I'm at about 410 subscribers or something. So it will probably take me 10 years to get to 1,000, so I can monetize the videos, and you get to watch really crappy commercials for stuff for VPN. Nah, VPNs, those are done in as you know, paid, where the content creator presents the advertisement. Is unlikely to happen on my channel, I think. But yeah, I don't know actually what you get as for commercials on YouTube nowadays. But before I got YouTube Premium, the commercials was always pretty bad. Rubbish, really. Stuff that I was not slightest bit interested in. So YouTube Premium, if you watch a lot, it's definitely worth it, I'd say. There you go. But also, if you also read my channel description, I say that this channel is done under the premise of value for value, i.e., well, what does that mean then? Well, this is a concept from the excellent podcast, actually the best podcast in the universe, officially the No Agenda Show with Adam Curry and John C. Dvorak. And they have the model of value for value, where it's directly supported by the listeners, and it doesn't go through Patreon or any stupid crap like that. You just pay directly, and I have that in my channel description. I have it under many of my old videos. So far, for under 4 years, take a guess at how much value I have received back for all my videos. It's easy. It's a really easy number to say. None. Zero. Absolutely nil. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. So then that would tell me then that my videos are completely crap, completely useless, completely worth absolutely nothing whatsoever, because I've gotten absolutely not a single krona, not a single cent for 4 years of this stuff. And I sound almost a little bit as if you were like upset about this, or as if you were expecting to make money from this or something. No, I don't expect to make money from it. Not at all. Who the hell would pay for this crap? But it would have been nice to see at least something. For after all this time. Something. I mean, something. Anything. $1. 1 cent anything. And if you do what are the rules again? If you do $200, you get to be an executive producer of the next video that is produced after you have made that contribution. And it's an official credit. You will be credited on the video as an executive producer of that video. Do you want to be an executive producer of a Dr. Pluring video? Probably not. Probably not. That's a one-time thing, one-time payment, and you get to put that on your CV, and you can have an IMDb page where you can put that too. Executive producer of Dr. Pluring's Computer Laboratorium episode, whatever we're at. Coupling together a relay board. God damn it, I'm rambling. Why? Where did this come from? Maybe I am really upset about this fucking inspection thing. It always happens, and the inspection for my daily driver car is due as well, and it has a few issues. I think it is a wheel bearing. That's not really easy to do, since it's probably rusted completely joined to where it is mounted on it, and I don't have a garage to be in and do the work. So this time of year, I mean, it's either, if it is above freezing, it's raining and windy as hell, and if it's not windy and raining as hell, it could still be windy, but it will be ice fucking cold. Yeah. That's the way it is. But there you go. That is the busbar for ground. Great, right? Really great. This is going to be messy here because there's lots of cabling going in here. So should we do neutrals? Sure, we do neutrals. I'm not sure that this is the most prudent order to be doing this in. Should probably have worked on getting the relay board in first, and lots of other things. But this is the way it turned out now. Now thinking about it, this was a really stupid idea to do right now. Well, then you should wait with the neutrals and come back to it after that you have gotten a bit more of the components in. Maybe hooked them up and such. That's all the neutral wires. Let me think here a bit. I need a bit of space to work with the components. I'm spent. God damn it, I'm spent. I really am quite spent, actually. So this is no good. Yeah, one of these videos comes out every now and then when I sound really depressed and I sound like I've had it. And I have had it for a long time. Is this going to turn into one of those? No, this was supposed to be how you do a relay board part 2. But it seems to be turning into something different. Yeah, I'm usually drunk when I get into that. I'm not drunk now. I'm just tired and dizzy. But I can't blame it on alcohol, unfortunately. Yes, I say unfortunately because it would feel much better to be able to blame it on it's just the alcohol. I'll be fine tomorrow, or well, maybe not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow I'll be fine. Because then I will have broken down the alcohol and I'll be back. But unfortunately that's not the case. Really. No, the truth of the matter is that I would be most likely be just as spent tomorrow, if not more. Fucking hell. There you go. That's more or less how we decided to have it, right? This really should be secured down in some fashion or other. But there is a bit cramped to get all of that in, and these have to go down there, but some of these should be joined together too. Oh, I might have messed up here now. Actually tying this bus bar, ground bus bar thing together. I should have done the lives first, because those are the most cumbersome to do. I also need to figure out the pairs, how they actually go together. Oh, nice. Very nice. Let's do that. Let's do this. I can do this out here. Screwdriver. Very good. We tighten down the ones that we are not going to use. Is this screwdriver? Yeah, sort of. Is a little bit on the large side, but it will do the trick or job here. So 2 of these should split into 2 of the relays, that is, should split into 2 live wires, and 2 should go just one direct. So I need to have something in between here, and I need to join that up. We could use this, for example. It's only it's a thin one, but it's right, really. How many amps will this draw? I don't know. Or we can use this from this nasty cable from the one that I had so much trouble with. Maybe we can try. Try to be here with your hands, so that the good people at home watching, or they might not be at home, they might be somewhere else. Anyway, wherever you are watching, so that you can actually see. There you go, and at least these 2 I have already paired together, so I know that this one and this one should be joined together here with this one, right? Oh. Cut them to same, or at least similar length. Strip them back a bit. And now if I had access to my Home Assistant instance, I actually do. I have I have an iPad here. I should be able to find that out, which relay is supposed to go to which outlet. There we go. Close that. Close it. It's an old iPad. I got an incredibly good deal on it. It just popped up on one of these where people advertise things for sale. And this was like I paid €50 for an iPad. Whatever it is. It isn't that old, actually. It runs almost the latest iOS at a decent pace. You can almost use it. The battery is completely spent, of course, but it's not bad. Not for that price. ESP Home. Maybe if this would work. Reload it. There you go. Now we have the RelayBox with breakers for computers in the closet. That's what the name of it is. There you go. Take that away, and then we go here. So this will be the NAS. Say that should be number 2, GPIO 4, i.e. GPIO 4, which is in turn D2, right? So that should be number 2. Should be that one. You could possibly jam these 2 in there, but that's not going to go well. So we're going to have to make a little bit of a soldering joint happen here to get this as good as we can under the circumstances. There you go. Do that and do that. Yes, come on. Yeah, whatever. You can fall down. It doesn't matter. Yes, if you could hold on to the alligator clip there, little vice. This is rubbish, this so-called vice. It's not even holding on to anything. It's just there, really. And now you're not. Can you see what I mean? Can you please hold on to your goddamn alligator clip for me? That's sort of what your thing in life is to do. Is to hold these things somewhat solidly so I can work on them. You know. Okay, I need to tighten this apparently. No, I should not be going anywhere in a while. I'll take it in there again and tighten that down and do the same here. There you go, tighten that down a bit as well. And take this one. And sort of something like this, try and twist them around each other or something. There are so many ways of doing this. This is one of the ways I sometimes do it. Apparently this is how we're doing it this time. What's good about this style is that it's really slim, doesn't take up any space. Otherwise, the most what should you say, solid joint you'd have is you'd make hooks out of the cables, out of the wires, and hook them into each other, and then put solder on all of it, and so on. And then how much force you put on them and tug on them, they are not going to break apart since they are hooked together. I like so. Right, like so. But that makes the thing so large, and it's difficult to get a heat shrink over it. That will shrink nicely over both the joint and the wiring. So I think that this will do, unless the soldering actually melted the insulation here on the thing. It didn't. Oh, but I need to put a lot more solder on this side. Well, breathing in the lead fumes, very nice. Yes, and if we just heat this a bit now, this blob of solder will go into the strands and make everything good. Something like this. Yes, something like this indeed. There you go. Not so bad, I don't think. No, that's good. Solid. Real solid. What sort of heat shrink do we use for this? I sort of am a little bit inclined to use the really expensive stuff. Expensive thick stuff, and I don't need a lot of it. I just need that much because this is thick. Could I get by with one of these? I don't think so, but maybe. I mean, the smaller what you call it, thing you can get on, the better it is, because it will fit tighter over everything. But this is a bit too tight. Yeah, this is not going to work. You have to go one size up. Yeah. And depending on the shrink ratio, you might get a good result or you might get a poor result. But I think that this should have a 3:1 shrink ratio, so they ought to be fine. There you go. Did you really need to go that thick? No, you didn't. This was the one that you were supposed to use. Right. See here about that length. There we go. Put that there and then get a lighter out. Still not quite the correct tool for this, and especially not for a heat shrink tube of this kind, where you need to put quite a bit of heat into it to get it to melt the the glue inside and so on. But that's a bit better than, than the really cheap Chinese scrap. Now, oh, god damn it, that was hot. Yeah, but it looks safe. There's a bit of a sharp thing there, but nah, that's not going to cause any problems. And as I've said before, the inside of this box is not to be tampered with without first unpowering it. So it should be considered dangerous and live at all times when the thing is plugged in. So there you go. This was the relay number 2, I believe. Yes. Oh, I just strip off a little bit here. Come on, mate. There you go. Thank you. And put that into relay number 2 without getting any of the strands outside of the thing. Should we maybe loosen it a bit first? I think it is a bit too long. To make this really good, we do this. First we cut off a bit here, we don't need as much length on it. There we go. And then to get it to really clamp down on that thing in there and not be able to go anywhere, I'm going to put a bit of solder on this bit here. There you go. It's a bit much maybe, but it will do. As long as I can still get it in here. Which I can't. Oh, come on, mate. These are supposed to be rated for what? 10 amps. Yes, but for 10 amps you sort of need isn't the 1.5 square millimeters the wire gauge you're supposed to use for 10 amps? Again, not an electrician. It depends on the length of the run and so of course too. But the makers of this here relay doesn't know for how long it will run. Now do they? Oh, and again I'm dizzy and my eyesight is going out of focus, which is making this difficult. No, it will not go in there, you know. It just won't. No. Not going to happen. It's okay, we've learned something. Should not have used this, I should have used the 0.75 square millimeter thing. For this, that's just not going to happen. Okay. Fine, we try it one more time. Really not feeling like cutting this and redoing that solder job. So I'm very happy with the result. As here I'm tugging on the solder joint. It's not going to budge. We're going to try and twist these together really well. Now they should fit in there. They just should. Without any of the strands going outside the thing. Concentrate. Try and carefully. Yes, there you go. I'm going to show you close up as soon as I tighten the screw down. That actually did go in there very, very, very nicely indeed. So here, come here, camera. Can you focus this close? Maybe not. No, but there you go. Not too bad. Now we just need to do this like 1,000 more times. But anyway, these two then coming out of the thing, Yeah, put that away for now. These two coming out of the thing, I'm going to put a few cable ties around them so that we know that these are a pair and that they're intended to go to the same appliance. There you go. Are you in shot? Yes, now I am. If I stay inside the tape. There, I'm not going to go overboard with this at this point. I feel like I want to get on with it rather than ant fucking my way through this. Ant fucking, you know that term? It's a Dutch term. Mieren, I can't, of course I can't do justice to the correct pronunciation, but mierennuken or something like that. It means that you are so very, very precise about things that you could get your dick into an ant. I love that expression. It's great. It really puts... Yeah, it captures everything really about that type of person and about that sort of behavior. It really does. And the Dutch people themselves are quite a bit of that sometimes. If you look at, for example, how their cities and streets and everything are organized, it's so extremely organized. It's like Sim City. I mean, disregarding the various historical town centers and so on, it's incredibly streamlined and efficient and just so incredibly boring and hopeless and ugly. Sorry, pardon. I don't think I have any Dutch viewers, but it's you have a great. Your country is great in many ways. It's well organized and everything, but it's just a bit too well organized, and it's too, for my taste, it's much too built up. There is absolutely no, almost absolutely no, like wilderness. If you could you call our forests wilderness? It's mostly managed forests that are grown for timber or for lumber or for producing paper or something. But still, it's a place that is not completely controlled by humans, even if it is guardianed by humans to have certain properties. But it's not like in the Netherlands where everything is built and so on. So there we have connections for NAS. I should put a piece of electrical tape or something on here and label this, so I know what it is. Where did I put the roll of electrical tape? There it is. Very good. One downside of doing this, taping onto cables like this, is the chemicals in the electrical tape will react with the chemicals in the insulation here, and in a few years you'll have a sticky mess, and the tape will move around on the cable and so on. But it's what I have available to me right now to accomplish labeling here. Here we go. Pen. Not really, mate. I think where did you put that? I had that here very recently. Yeah. Low disk space. What the hell? I cleared. Fucking hell. This is no good. I'm running out of disk space on the camera here. I'm going to have to do... Okay, yeah, sure. And there we go. We should be back now. I've cleared some space on the thing. That's a mistake I made when I bought that phone, the iPhone SE2 that I bought it with, to not enough storage space. I should have spent the extra money and gotten the 128 gigabyte model. But where is this? There is the pen. Great. So we write out here like something like NAS. That's not going to fit, but that's good enough. I can write it on the other side as well. Should have one of those Sharpies really for doing this. Could have written it directly on the cable. But there you go. That's one. Damn it! This is going to take time. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this tonight. It's getting too late. What is the time now? 2124 hours. God damn it! I need to get ready for bed. Really, I need to clean this space up if I should stand any chance of actually getting some real work done tomorrow. Since I'm actually getting paid for doing that work, I'm not getting paid a single fucking dime for this YouTube crap. God damn it, you're a downer. Come on, cheer up or stop it. I might stop it, but I don't want to quit here in the middle of the process. Right, we continue. See here now, we have go by length and we go by something else. The color and length. The longest one is that these are the same length. I'm sorry, I'm out of shot, but it's not a whole lot I can do about that right now. So we have, for example, these three here, they are more or less the same length. So I would say that it makes most sense to use the two black ones for the other one that requires redundant power. Right, so that would be this one, and this one maybe. Yes, it would. Those two. So we can feed them out here. There we go. Should we try and join them to a 1.5 square millimeter cable, or should we just say fuck it and go with a thinner one? I did manage to get it in there, so it should be possible to do again. If I'm putting strain on the clamp there and I'm out of shot frame outside of the tape. No good. No good. But we strip this back. A little bit more, since I'm going to solder these together. Oh, there you go. That one, very good. Should have cut them to the same length on beforehand, but I did not, so there you go. So we can pull that one out slightly to get it. No. Loosen the grip on it a bit, yes. Oh, come on, Ice. I need you to focus here a bit to be able to do this. If it is a blur, it is going to be really difficult, you know. This thing. There you go, and I don't think I really had a part 2 in me today. I should not have embarked on this. Should either have continued as it was, or postponed this to another day. That's what I should have done, but here we are. Now, where did I put that little thing? I did cut a whole lot when I accidentally cut into the insulation whilst initially doing stuff here, didn't I? Here's something. Here's something indeed. Let's see if we can dissect this then. Oh, here it is. That should be enough, really. Shouldn't it? Yes, it should. There we go. if this clip, alligator clip, would come up a little bit, open up a little bit, and we can put it right about there, and then do a good job as we can at twisting these together before we try and... Come on, mate. There you go. That should do it. With a bit of solder on, it should do fine, right? I would prefer to twist this just a half a turn around. Now I untwisted them instead. Yeah, well, that's how it goes here. Really. There you go. Now we can probably put solder on this. This is messy. Yeah. Let me do this. Here. It's blowing straight into my breathing apparatus. This. Excuse the noise that's getting picked up by the microphone, but I have to protect myself from the poisonous fumes. I hope you understand. And I might not even be talking to anyone at this point. Might only be talking to myself. That's fine. But I would do that in either case. Even if I wasn't recording, I would sit here talking to myself in more or less the same fashion, except that I would probably not do it in English. No, I'd probably do it in my native language. English is my second language. I have English as a second language, as they call it. And I've heard some quite rude comments about that, about people having English as a second language. Like even if they speak like more or less perfect English as regards to like grammar and vocabulary and everything, they say pronunciation. We can't listen to this crap. Fuck you, is what I have to say to that. Learn to speak my language then if you can. You can't. So English is what we have as a lingua franca here, where we can understand each other. And I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it exactly the way you're used to, but fuck you, seriously. I mean, om du inte förstår här jävla min engelska, då kan vi prata svenska istället, för helvete. Om det är så jävla svårt att förstå min engelska, eller det kanske inte ens är så att det är svårt att förstå, det är bara att det duger inte hur jag uttalar saken. Ja, du kan ta åt helvete för fan. Dra dig i skitan och skit ner dig för helvete, ditt jävla as. Det är jävla taskigt att säga så faktiskt, tycker jag. That was a really poor soldering job there, because that came loose. They never really joined together, and it's hot as hell here. Now, the first one I did was really nice. This one is terrible. Yes, I'm getting too tired for this. There is no way that I'm going to finish this today. It's just to realize this. So part 2 here is not very good to surmise. No, it's terrible. It's poor as hell. And I digressed a bit about English as a second language there too, and I also made an example. Did you understand a single word of what I said? Förstår du ett jävla ord av vad jag säger nu, eller? Nej, men du kan fan ta och lära dig då. Detta istället, så kan vi prata detta språket. Jag kommer inte vara så jävla känslig ifall inte du uttalar allting rätt och så. Bara du har något sån här någorlunda liksom grammatik och så ordförråd så man fattar vad du menar. Så är det lugnt, det är helt okej. I mean, it's fine as long as you have enough vocabulary and grammar to make yourself understandable. That's plenty. Plenty. It's really rude to I think I'm pretty decent at this here English thing, and I've never lived in an English-speaking language. I've never had to rely on it except for on vacations and stuff like that. And then I get really good, you know, if you're around native speakers and you rely on it and you start thinking in English and everything, then I get extremely good, I'd say. But I think I make quite few grammar mistakes and stuff like that, right? Not a whole lot anyway. I probably have a few, but some of them might be what should you say, on purpose. Let's see if we can get the same thing on there as we had previously. I doubt it, because this is just terrible. But the heat shrink will take care of it, maybe, unless it starts shrinking before I can get it over here. It sort of did a little bit. I need to get all of this in, but it's not supposed to be this long. I probably need to step it up one level. See, is this long enough to cover up the silliness there with the melted insulation? Yes, it is. Now, just to see if it actually shrinks down to, the clamp for the power supply has come loose again. I will fix that soon. I just need to find the lighter here. Maybe I should start smoking again. To hell, what difference does it make? Really, I don't like cigarette. I don't like smoking. I don't like the taste of it. I enjoy the taste of my own snus that I made here. Made myself. That I enjoy a whole lot. It's really good stuff. I have a video on actually making it, but that's not in English. So you have to learn my language to appreciate it and understand it. Screw you. And when I'm thinking about people who have my language as not a native language, but as a second language or whatever it is, I mean, if they make a good effort, if they're really trying, and if they have like enough of a vocabulary, I've said this 1,000 times now, enough of a vocabulary. An immigrant from the Balkans told me once, if you need to have enough to understand a vits, a pun. Then you're good. If you can understand a pun, then you're good. And I think that's a really good definition. Depending on the pun, but still, if you can understand a pun, then you're probably good. Enough. We don't have to strive for perfection. We only need to strive for understanding each other, and that's a whole lot more to actually understanding each other than just understanding the words that someone speaks. You can still get it completely wrong in either case. Anyway, this is supposed to be connected to GPIO 14, which then is relay number what? It is relay number this pin D5, so that ought to be relay number 3 then. We need to undo the screw. That's a pen. That's a screwdriver. And now for the slightly challenging task of actually getting this in here. See if we can bend this up a bit and maybe make it a bit easier. I don't think it moved in any in a way that will make any difference, really. And it's a bit too much. Here, take off just a millimeter or two. 1 millimeter. See if you can get this on the action camera here, the close-up thing, and put the apparently not gotten the light on. There you go. Get this a little bit tighter. There you go. I think that what we do here is have the goal of connecting all of the high voltage stuff in here. Is that good enough? It isn't as good as the previous one, but there is no strands like sticking out, but I saw one bending a little bit as I was putting it in. But I think that will do, actually. Here we go, tighten that down properly. There you go, and tug on it a bit. Yeah, it's solid. Solid. And then we should find these two. These two then, that goes to that one, which is these two. They go out. What? Right then. The hell, I can't make heads or tails of this really right now. One is okay. It's a what? It's a black and a white one. No, that doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't make sense. But that is what it is. You do the wrong cables, because I was supposed to have the white one as a separate thing. It doesn't matter. I just have to tie them together with cable ties here, and it will be all good. What do we have here now? Those two were the first ones, and this one, yeah, that definitely goes to one of the white ones. Then it goes to this one, so it's these two that are apparently a pair. And it's wasn't quite how I intended it, but it doesn't matter neither, really, that much. There you go, a few cable ties. I'm out of shot here, but I'm scrounging about for cable ties in my little component box of various assortments of components of various descriptions, such as cable ties. Are you absolutely sure that these two are the ones that you want? Let's just make sure one more time. It's this one. This one. Yes, it is this one. And it is this one. Yes, those are the two. Very good. There you go. So put a few cable ties on here. Keep them as a pair. We know that these are a pair and that these should be joined together. Like so. I also have the nice challenge of actually getting the power to feed into here. Also preferably with 1.5 square millimeter cable, but I mean, it would do fine with 0.75. I don't think that will be a problem, but it would be nice to have the 1.5 square millimeter cable. But first, let's get all these lives for the external output, for the outputs, really. Hooked up, and then we can worry about feeding power into them, maybe. There you go, and one here. I shot again. Yeah, that's how it is. Should maybe try and if we try something like this, that we turn this camera around. How are you doing battery-wise? You're excellent battery-wise, so we can unplug you, put you over here maybe for a different vantage point. You might just get to see something like there. Yeah, we can try it. See if we get any use out of the footage from that one. I could also try to work a little bit further in on the desk here, but yeah, this is still not cured. So I would like to have the clamp on it for a while longer. damping force when you're gluing with this sort of slow setting or slow curing glue makes a lot of difference. There you go. Right. So now then we have the need to feed power out to the single things. I have managed to tangle up my microphone cable here in all of this. Just a moment. And there we go, we should be back. Are we back? Yes, we're back. Great. Right, see now, this is the extra outlet, the regular one. And that should be number 4. So we'll try and make our way over here with that one then. Loosen it a bit. Now this shouldn't be difficult at all to get in here because it's much thinner. It's about half, or about half. It is half the thickness. Oh, great. Eyes, would you please cooperate? If I close one eye, does that help? A little bit. There you go. It's a bit too much. I'm trying to jam in here and it won't go in all the way. And now I bent it. There you go. Cut off a bit. There. And twist it again. And try again. There was no problem actually getting it in. It fit perfectly. It's just that it was a bit too long and therefore would leave exposed copper outside here. And not that it matters or would matter a whole lot, except for taking pride in what you do. There we go. Only one to go. So that should be by you know. What the hell is this? This is supposed to be neutral for this one. It's almost black. But anyway, it should be this one. Where did you go? Here. That's where you went. And again, this is much too long, but it's hard to. It's difficult to make an appropriate stripping the first time around. It's easier to do it this way. Strip off a bit more than you need, and then cut it like so. And we put it in here. Maybe make sure that they are properly twisted. And of course there is absolutely no grease or anything on my fingers, so I'm good doing this now. Yes. There you go, and then we can tighten this down. There you go. There we go. Right then, let's see now. Neutrals. We need to tie all the neutrals to the neutral bus bar. In this mess, somehow all the grounds are right there, which is all great. All the neutrals are there, which is maybe not optimal. Let's see if we work this one around. You're out of shot again, mate. Be here. Sorry. Yes. Yeah, if you want to come and produce these videos, we can make them better maybe. But I'm doing it all by myself here, and usually I'm doing it out of enjoyment. But right now I'm doing it out of, I don't know, spite. Spite for the fucking inspection people. I should get off this. It's another 1.5 hours now, part 2 here, and I wasted fucking all day on this. More or less, yeah, it's bedtime now. I was supposed to kick back a bit today and take it easy and recuperate a bit of energy and so on. That did not go well. It started really badly with the inspection experience, and then it went down from there. Is what happened. Fucking hell. I could cry, actually, when I think about it. It's not only that that will make me cry. There are many circumstances in life that are very much suboptimal, put it that way. Fucking fuckity fuck. So these we should feed with this 1.5 square millimeter cable, and the other ones it's fine to do with the 0.75. See if we can dissect this thing. If I can find the knife, it's right there. Nope, that did not penetrate through whatsoever. Come on. Preferably without bloodshed. No bloodshed. And we are interested in this brown one to keep the color coding correct. No. Right then. There we go. See if we can wipe this down a bit so we don't get this nasty whatever it is all over the place. There we go. And we need to get 2 out of this, right? Otherwise I need to find another one, which is probably not impossible, but I don't know where would I put that. So we try and make 2 out of this. Although we should maybe keep these a bit longer. Isn't the bus bar for the live is here, and this you really want a bit of flexibility with. As to where you put it and where you can put it, since you need to insulate it and keep it safe and such. Boom. Where did I put it? I threw away these things before, but they have apparently made their way far down the rubbish bin here. It would appear. So far that I cannot find them. Right. Yeah. So it would appear, or I put them some other place to keep for just a circumstance such as this one, and thought that this is a great place to put it. I will be able to use it later, but then later comes along and we can't find it. Whatever. Again, inside the tape, so the people can actually see if anyone is watching. It's a long shot, but just in case anyone's watching, can at least make it worthwhile by showing what it is that I'm actually doing here, or trying to do. There you go. Let's see if we can get that one in here then. move the whole thing. It's quite heavy now here with all these cables attached to it, which is not an insignificant amount of cabling. There you go. Right, and I did put that somewhere. Yes, I did. I really should quit now. There it is, underneath. Yes, I really should quit now. I've been saying that for like an hour, I think. Yeah, apologies for this one. I really should not have gone through with this. I should have thrown myself on the couch and try and regain some energy, recharge the batteries, as they say, a little bit, and clean my desk so I can work. So I at least stand a chance of getting some work done. Was the way. Look at the state of this place. That's where I'm supposed to work. No further comment necessary, I think. No, but I have a developmental retardation, or what they call it, reduction. I'm not fully up to spec, really. Actually, I have papers proving I'm not fully up to spec. But what does that help? Nothing at all, really. No one understands what it means anyways. It's just words that they hear all the time, that people have these deficiencies or retardations or whatever you call them. It can also be strengths if you're allowed to do things your way, but you're usually not. You're supposed to go in, do things the same way as everyone else does them, and that's just not, everyone is not steeped in the same form, Some people are different, everyone is different, and some people are even a bit more different than others. And obviously, like this, struggling on with a completely hopelessly failed YouTube channel after 4 years, that's something that you should maybe just quit. I seem to get into this existential crisis regarding my YouTube channel coming up on the yearly anniversary each and every year, more or less. Come on, please. Why do you want? Why are you so difficult? Why do you not want to go in there? I have done the thing. I have loosened the screw as far as it will go. I can try and pry a bit on the thing here, see if that will make it more compliant to what I want to do with it. Come on, your neighbor did this just fine. Cut it again, strip it again, start over with fresh copper, fresh tinned copper in this case, even. There maybe. It's too long, we need to take a little bit off there. And again, you see, this takes hours and hours and hours. And the other content creators cut this down to 5 minutes, and see, this is how easy it is to do this. Yes, it's not difficult really. Some things requires a bit of technique, like soldering wires together and so on. That requires a bit of practice before you get that down. And also a feel for how much torque you're supposed to tighten a screw like this with and such. But other than that, it's mostly time consuming. There you go, that's one. I need another one. Might not really care anymore about the color coding. And since this one, this is a neutral wire, but it's so goddamn gunked up that whatever. And it should be clear from the situation around it. This is not neutral. This is live. Right, I think so. I hope so. And again, I'm not going to sell this product. This is only for my own personal use, and then the same. I don't think the same requirements quite apply. Still, you should keep to the color scheme. Whenever possible, but I have run out of material and patience. So this is what we got. There we go, and then pry this up a bit, which seems to be more or less necessary to get these thicker wires in here. There we go, very nice. Nice and tight. Screw it down. There you go. And here. Oh, I just remember the price. The electricity price has probably settled down now to a reasonable level, so I'm going to turn the heat up on the heat pump a bit, so I at least get it nice and warm and comfortable in here. But in the house in general. Sure, but hello, this is not right. There you go. And we go to that one, and then we turn it up to 24 degrees. Thank you. What is the price of electricity now? Yeah, it's not that bad right now. So let's run the heater for all it has, basically. Oops. That broke rather than getting stripped. Would you please? There, thank you. And this one too. And then we need two more here to take to the bus bar. But those we can make. We can use thinner wire for. There you go. Like this one, for example. No, but that's solid. That's going to be bothersome, to say the least, to use. Haven't I prepared this? Maybe not. Oh, what a shocker. You have not prepared all the wires that you need for this. But I can go rummage around for one. Yeah, as I said, we're finishing. We're finishing this particular bit with a high voltage anyway, and then it's a walk in the park to connect the microcontroller bits together. Should be anyway. But that's still, even if it is a walk in the park, I'm not going to embark on it right now because I'm completely spent and it's getting late. Yeah, this is not good. This is not healthy anymore. It's not even fun. That much fun anyway. Power supply for this thing has turned off. Please turn on again. Problem is that my audio recorder here, it doesn't use enough energy to keep the power bank on, because it thinks that the battery is charged in the phone or whatever it is I'm charging. So I'm going to turn off now. Please don't do that. I'm using you to power something, you know. And we put this one in here. Tighten it down. I should also probably do a sanity check of all this in a slightly clearer state of mind. I've gotten it all right and so on before actually plugging it in. We need one more of those, mate. We only brought one, and that's not long enough to do two out of. Right, be right back here. Be right back. I'm bringing my bag of assorted wires with me. What's this, for example? Yeah, it could be used, but it's a bit of work to get to what I need. Better there is one of these just what I need, just lying around here somewhere. If I had just dig through this enough, like this one. Plug power back into audio recorder. There you go. There, and turn the power bank on, and there you go. Very good. Very good. Right. This is not a good video. Well, considering how my videos perform, it seems that none of them are good. Even the ones that I think are pretty decent seem to be received as awful or not received at all. Right. And I probably said a few controversial things here during the... Yeah, I've cursed and I've... Oh, crap. Yeah, but I'm still going to release this. Of course I am. In my back catalog, there is so much stuff that I don't even dare think about what I've said over these 4 years. But it's buried in so much other crap, so I dare you to find it. To find that, you will have to go watch the videos. And you're not going to. Well, if you're here, if you're actually listening to this, then you might, or you might already have. At least I used to have a few, you say, trogna. I can't find the words anymore. No, it really is time to quit it here, and I'm going to pretty soon. I'm just going to tie these to the bus bar and also do the neutral bus bar, and then that's it. Then I've done the high voltage. Really. So this has taken about 2 to 3.5 hours so far. This little project, and then I had already prepared by doing the schematic for it and getting a lot of the required things together. So it's been just working on it really. It's taking this much time. I should maybe stop griping about the amount of time that I have spent here on this and just get on with it. I am getting on with it whilst also griping about it. Yes, do you think that the people appreciate you griping? Not really. It would seem not. It would appear not. There we go. If you could... Now we need to twist this little alligator clip around again, and I sort of tightened that down quite significantly. There you go. See here, which are the longest one and which are the shortest ones and so on. Does it matter? It probably matters, but fuck you. Sorry, pardon the French. Jag kan svära på svenska istället då om det liksom stör någon med engelska svärord. Förbannades jävla helvetes skitfittaröv. Jag är så trött på det här nu. Jag är så trött. Eller på det här. Jag är så trött överlag bara. Ja. Så att jag orkar inte mer. Så är det. Jag orkar inte mer. Och vare sig det här eller någonting annat. Men imorgon är det arbetsdag. Jajamän. 8 timmar. 8 timmar. Fan, jag har varit utbränd i vad blir det? Snart 7 år. Tycker läkaren i alla fall. Men jag tycker inte Försäkringskassan inte. Nej. De tycker att du kan ju jobba. Kan jag det? Verkar det som att det funkar? Nej, det gör det faktiskt inte. Jag har provat det i snart ett år här, men det går ju inte. Helt enkelt, jag kraschar ju. Med ganska jämna mellanrum. Helt och hållet liksom. Och det är mycket som blir lidande av det alltså. Det går ju inte. Men det skiter för fan Försäkringskassan i. De har ju någon jävla läkare där som de anlitar som heter sån här... Vad heter han? Som satan var varmt. Försäkringsrådgivare heter det inte, men någonting. Det är en extern läkare i alla fall som tvingar till sig ens läkare, ens sjukjournaler som borde vara, som man förutsätter är upprättade under absolut tystnadsplikt och absolut sekretess, så att det aldrig någonsin kommer lämnas ut, men det kan tydligen Försäkringskassan tvinga sig till. Och så sitter den här jävla läkare där och läser det och tycker att nej, men här har han ju skrivit att den här patienten, han kan ju hålla en röd tråd här under samtalet med läkaren, så att då har han ju inte koncentrationssvårigheter eftersom han kan hålla röd tråd. En halvtimmes möte med en läkare. Och därmed så kan man också jobba full heltid liksom. 8 timmar om dagen. 5 dagar i veckan. Inga problem. Jävla idiotjävel. Får man ens vara läkare då? Usch. Faktiskt jag funderar på att göra en grej av här. Att det här med att man har faktiskt, när man går till sjukvården, jag tror ändå att majoriteten av folk tror att det är tystnadsplikt som gäller. Men det är det inte. För att Försäkringskassan kan tydligen tvinga till sig en sjukjournal. Och då bryts ju tystnadsplikten. Sen kan man ju anse att tystnadsplikten bryts redan när de skriver ner det man säger i ett datasystem som har jävligt dålig säkerhet. Kan man ju tycka redan där att tystnadsplikten är ute på lite hal is i alla fall. Men när det lämnas ut till en myndighet, sånt som han har sagt och sånt som har framkommit i ett möte med en läkare, vad fan är det frågan om egentligen då? Är folk verkligen medvetna? Är du medveten om att det är så? Att det du säger till en läkare, det har Försäkringskassan rätt att ta del av ifall du behöver ta del av sjukförsäkringen till exempel. Framgår det liksom när du går till vårdcentralen? Nej, det gör det inte. Men det borde sitta en skylt där. Däremot så sitter det skyltar på olika sjukhus och sånt där att här är vi har tystnadsplikt. Framförallt ofta för att uppmana ungdomar tydligen för att säga saker till dem som de inte vill säga till sina föräldrar, som ska undanhållas för barnens föräldrar. Deras målsmän alltså. De har ju inte tystnadsplikt. Nej. Tystnadsplikt, när jag var liten fick jag lära mig att liksom tystnadsplikt har präster och läkare och sjuksköterskor och sånt där. Och det betyder att det du säger till dem, det får inte de säga till någon överhuvudtaget. Enda fallet där det får brytas, det är liksom om du säger att jag planerar att mörda den här personen. Jag planerar att mörda Anders i svängen där borta på söndag. Då får de bryta tystnadsplikten och ringa polisen och säga att jag har en patient här som planerar ett mord. Och det köper jag. Det är okej att man bryter tystnadsplikten då. Eller om man är misstänkt för ett sånt allvarligt brott liksom. Och polisen frågar läkaren om det liksom finns något som kan hjälpa dem i utredningen, då kan det vara okej. Men inte när man bara är liksom en patient och som behöver hjälp. Nej, då ska det nog fan vara tystnadsplikt alltså. Absolut tystnadsplikt som aldrig, den ska inte brytas. Sorry, I'm digressing here a bit on different subjects that are bugging me a bit, and I'm not doing it in English. Nope. You can learn my language if you want to understand. Why should I adapt to yours when you can adapt to mine? Should not be more difficult for you to learn my language than it was for me to learn your language. I'm not really this bitter about this language bit, by the way. It's just something that that annoys me slightly every now and then when it comes up. But yeah, whatever. So we're just about done here with the high voltage. I still need to tie the neutral bus bar together too. But this is the last live wire. Well, I really think that I am too tired to do this safely now, or at least safely. I not that I'm going to hurt myself doing this. That's not what I mean. But to get a safe result of it, that is electrically safe and sound. Yes. These solder joints, for example, might not be completely solid. But there you go, that's all the live ones. Now for the neutral ones, we push. Do you have a term for this? What is it now again? When you just push through, even though you really don't have the stamina or energy to do complete the task, you do it anyway. You power on through. You power through. That's what Hillary Clinton said, right? You power through. Wasn't that it? I think that was it. See if we can remove this one that I added previously in part 1 that we don't need. Okay, come on. Easier said than done apparently. There you go, come out. There you go. Yeah, it's quite hot there, you know, on the tip of it. That's a bit of a mess there, a bit of a tangled mess, but I think it will be alright. These are sort of solidly in place still, I would hope. The last few wires that I had here were a bit more hard, as in not so malleable and things, so they will put more strain on the connectors. That's how it is. That is how it is. That is how it is. Should we try, instead of soldering one at a time, we try and tie all of them down together first and then just solder the whole thing in one go? Maybe. Maybe I could get... Maybe that's more efficient. And not only more efficient, but I might get a better result, which is the most important bit, really. So all of the high voltage won't be done, really, but it will be at least be soldered together. But it won't be done because it will need insulating, and it will also need somewhat of securing it in place somewhere, somehow. But that's either something that I'll do in betweenst this and the final installment of making this thing, or I'll do it live, not live, but I'll do it live to tape as we were working here, except that it doesn't go to tape, it goes to a memory card of some description in these here devices. But the term live to tape still applies though, I think, for what it is I'm doing and the model I have chosen to do it in. That's also why this turned out to be so long. As I've said many times here now, I could cut this down. I could not cut this down, but many people would edit this down to 10 minutes and it would look really easy and is as if they don't make any mistakes and they have the solution clear all the way through of what they want, how they're going to do what it is that they want to accomplish and everything. But I'm doing it for real. I'm showing you the real experience of doing this, even if you have quite a bit of experience in soldering and putting stuff like this together. This is the time it takes. I mean, yeah, a professional that does this paid 8 hours a day would probably have this done a lot faster and a lot neater than I'm getting it done here. But as a hobbyist, this is what you can expect, I would say. Or maybe I'm just incredibly slow. Yeah, it sort of comes with the territory of being burnt out and depressed, right? Yeah, it does. You work slower. Slowly. You think slowly, and you think more poorly. You don't put one and two together in such an efficient manner as you would do otherwise. I was just thinking it seems to be more neutral wires than there were live wires, and that is indeed the case, because there are two more of these. And we have the neutral ones will go to the same point here, whilst the live ones have already been split up on the way to the bus bar. Right? Yes, they have. Or rather, after the on the way to the relay is what I wanted to say. Really, yeah, that's how it works. Come on, twist around here if you wouldn't mind. Or if you would mind, I will strip you back a bit further to make things easier on us. Well, I'm tired. I'm going to topple over here soon, I think. Topple over? You see, my vocabulary is pretty good, actually. I think that's a valid term, topple over. I've not been accused of poor English, by the way. But other people have been, and I took a bit of offense on their behalf, because they spoke very good English as far as grammar and vocabulary and making themselves understandable, getting the what they wanted to say across. And then still they get like, no, doesn't sound like what we're familiar to, so fuck you. Don't like the attitude, really, there. Should rather think that you should have the attitude of, wow, you're speaking my language, you're speaking my native language in a manner that makes it possible for us to communicate, and I understand what it is that you're saying, and you even put the effort into to speak it so well that you can express yourself and not only make yourself understood. I mean, I can go to Germany and be polite, basically. Guten Tag, wie geht's? And then that's about it, really. Ich heiße Dr. Pluring. Ich wohne auf Scandinavia here, and und so weiter. So I can be polite, but that's about it. Cannot carry on the conversation at all. Okay, now we just need to melt a whole lot of solder onto this, and then I'm done for the night. It's way too late. I was really hoping to get some couch time this evening. Just kick back and relax. Not only this evening, I was intending to spend the whole fucking day doing that, but then what was in my head? Let's cobble together this RelayBox thing. I need that anyway. Yeah, I really need this. Actually, I actually really need this, really. But it will make things much more convenient and usable regarding the NAS, and it will also save a little bit of electricity for the Excel machine, because that won't need to be standing in standby. I think that this little microcontroller will use much less power than that thing uses, and I can schedule the NAS to turn on and do its backup of the main server when I'm not at home, for example, and when the electricity price is low and so on, low or reasonable. It can take all of that. It will be possible to make it take all those things into account when it's a good idea to do a backup job. Considering the noise it makes now, it's not a good idea to make it during the night if I'm at home. The bedroom is pretty close to the closet where this monstrosity is. Right. I think I have to apologize a bit for this one. Actually, this was terrible, probably. Or it was excellent, it depends what you're looking for. It's not a regular upbeat. Yeah, I'm regularly so upbeat now, aren't I? Oh, but if you've been a long time subscriber, and if you even kept with me here as I've sort of changed the direction of the channel. I don't really have a direction of the channel now. I just do whatever I feel like. Then you probably recognize this, that this comes every now and then. Something like this. There you go, that's the neutral bus bar for you. That's all the high voltage soldered and taken care of. Needs to be insulated and put in its place, but that's good for now. Turn the soldering iron off, and I really need to clean this space up just a little bit before I completely fall over here and so on. So that I can, tomorrow morning, it should be clear, this area. There you go. This area around the keyboard and over there, and so it needs to be clear. So I can put my laptop there, plug it into everything, and get going on working. And to do that, I need to clean this crap up, even though I still probably need quite a bit of this stuff to finish this project. But there might not actually be a whole lot of soldering left to do. Hello. Yes. Is there any soldering left to do? The connections between the microcontroller and the relay board, is no soldering involved in that. There is a bit. This low voltage 12 volt thing, power supply for the power supply for the for that board and for the microcontroller. That does involve a bit of soldering. Other than that, though, I think that we're pretty good as far as the soldering goes. A few things has fallen in here too into the box. That's all right. There you go. That is how far we came with it. Now we're up to 2 hours 12 minutes here on part 2, and the first one was 2.5 hours. So that's the time it takes apparently to do these things. That's just insane. Maybe it would have been quicker if I wouldn't be blathering about all things, but I don't think that I'm working that much slower due to speaking rubbish. all the time. And now of course comes the fun bit of transferring all these files from these cameras and voice recorder onto the computer, doing the sound mix of the microphone and the sound from the cameras. Sound from the cameras is there to provide an ambience, but also mixed together with the sound from the microphone, and have the ambience sound ducked when I speak, so it doesn't interfere with anything, so you can hear me loud and clear, and so on. And then when I've done that, because that is done in the digital audio workstation, because I can't figure out how to do that in the video editing program, it's just not made for it really. The DAW digital audio workstation is just so much better at it, since no wonder, because that's what it's for. It's a little mouse. Hello, mouse. There you go. There's a lot more cleaning to do here. Yeah. You're not getting away that easily. I'm going to do at least some of this before I say thank you for watching and good night and so on. You just said thank you for watching and good night. Yes, but I only did it as an example. So far I am not actually committed to saying good night just yet, but I'm about to pretty soon. I think that's about the level I'll go to here before I actually... There you go. Now it is only universal tool. Only a few more bits and bobs to get out of the way here before I can think tomorrow. Before this is in such a state that I can actually use my brain in here and so on. Very good. Yes, these cables are supposed to go there. We didn't get to that. As I said, this took way longer than I had anticipated it to do, but yeah, that's how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for watching Dr. Pluring's computer laboratorium. If this is the computer laboratorium, this is electronics laboratorium or something. The little mouse here thanks you too. He or she does not have a name for the moment, or hasn't had one ever, but maybe one day she'll get one. I think it's a she, this one. So she'll get a name someday. Right, there you go. Thank you so very much for watching indeed, ladies and gentlemen, and I wish you a good night. I hope you get a good night, and I hope that I get a decent night's sleep, so that I'm somewhat rested tomorrow. Cheerio.